Okay, time is up.
Wait.
Candidate A, you can start now. You have 2 minutes.
Good evening to examiner and fellow candidates. In my opinion, I think that clean water supply should be provided for the victim of the natural disaster. Natural disasters such as tsunami, typhoon, and earthquake, there are totally no water supply for them to survive. So we need to provide some water supplies for them so they can survive for longer times. Furthermore, water supply also give for the victim to carry out some daily activities such as watching clothes, bath, and so on. On the other hand, some victims are trapped in the natural disaster. We can give some water supply for them to survive, and some of the reasons also cannot eat food because we are that trapped. So water is the easiest way to give them some energy. Next, some victims they got wounds, so we need some water to wash the wounds, so we can let the doctor to take care of them. Moreover, water is necessary for all the human beings because this is the most simplest thing in our lives, and for the victims is the most important thing for them to survive more longer. Okay. Besides that, we can use clean water supply to carry some daily activities such as cooking. They need cook to cook and eat the food inside to give that energy.
Okay, stop.
So before I start the conversation, what is mean by Ganya? In English, Ganya.
Candidate B, you may start now.
Good evening to examiners and fellow candidates. So, a recent natural disaster in our country has caused a lot of damage. So, such as like landslide, flash flood, and so on. So, as the member of the relief committee, I suggest that basic food items should be provided to the victims. This is because it can help the victims to survive longer. So, most of the food destruction has destroyed all those the facilities, the housing, crops, living stock, and so on. So therefore, they don't have any food to eat. And then, if they still have food, but the most of the food has already contaminated. So I think that food supply is very significant to them. So besides this, the basic food supply can provide energy to the victims. So therefore, they can still working to rebuild their hometown. So what kind of the food supply must give to them? I suggest that dry food stuff, because it is very easy to eat and can easy to take and easy to consume. Okay. Besides this, I think that basic food supply is very important to them because it provides food nutrition. Most of the victims, I think, is very sick already. They are lack of the nutrition such as zinc, carbohydrate, water, fiber, and so on. So they need the healthy food to recover their body. Okay. Moreover, I think that moreover, basic food items can also there are also babies in the let's say
Okay, stop. Candidate C, you can start now.
but you know.
Good evening, the examiner and all the fellow candidates. In my opinions, I think that medical supplies should be provided. In natural disasters such as tsunami, earthquake, hurricanes, and so on can cause our country and our home destroyed. So that firstly we must have medical supplies to help with victims. Medical supplies should have vaccine, injections, antibiotics, and so on. It can let them become healthy and get the energy to build back the country. If without medical, the victim will die. And moreover, if have medical supplies, the victim can think. Can buy that. Can help another people to
Okay, stop. Let's go to candidate D. You have 2 minutes. You may start now.
Good evening to teacher and candidate. I think, in my opinion, I think that temporary housing should be provided after the natural disaster, because temporary housing is important for the victim. In natural disaster, destroy many such as tsunami, earthquake, and typhoon, and make victim no home to stay. So temporary housing can help victim so that victim have house to live and no need to scare, no shelter after natural disaster. In addition, because it is important because temporary housing is given place within to sleep and no need to sleep on the street. So if provide housing to victim, that will more safety. They also don't need to worry because of raining heavy after natural disaster. Temporary housing also can protect against our victim so exposed from.
Okay, stop. Okay, let's go to candidate E. You have 2 minutes. You may start now.
Good morning to the examiners and fellow candidates. Today I would like to discuss about what is the main highest priority to help victims of the disaster, which is free tuition classes. Free tuition classes is not only provide the knowledge of what we study in school, but we also provide some emotional control, because when they are having a natural disaster, they face a lot of problems. For example, family is missing, maybe their family is dead, and so on. So they need to have a psychologist to give them and provide some of the solutions to them. When the student is hopeless, they will think about the negative things to make them to be self-killing or some of the other reactions. Other than that, we also need to teach them to build the constructions of plants food bit faster, because when we all is destroyed by the natural disaster, they do not have food and also the whole house to protect them. So they need to teach them how to plant the plant to grow faster and increase the food supply. Last but not least, we also need to provide some study materials, because when they are having natural disaster, this means that they also need to study. They need to continue their studies, because for future they may learn some of the high-tech technologies to prevent to be the next victim, and also alarm them when they are facing any natural disaster.
Okay, stop.